Metrosexuals ni wale wa trains.
Metro.
No.
Is it not? Ngoja ibu.
Jesus. Metrosexual are the ones who are a bit more feminine. They have embraced their feminine bit.
Yes, guys, welcome back. More to follow here with another exciting episode. I'm sure you can see. I don't know if they'll recognize him though, because he had a hat in last week's episode.
And now he's balder than he was last week.
Yeah, but you guys thought he had some interesting ideas, especially about the Kenyan art scene, and requested heavily for him to come back. So here we are again with him.
He loved us so much, he came back for another episode.
For Mugambi, he loved the world.
Yeah.
Of more to follow so much that he came back. So that you are not
How did you say you're calling him? It's
Mugambi!
Mugambi. Hata kuna dubite hivyo.
Mugambi! Mugaka! Mugaka! Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. ADHD. Yeah, sometimes that tends to happen. So I'll let my lovely co-host introduce herself.
Hi.
Lady in red. Sorry.
Ooh, this is orange. There's no this
This
is orange.
in orange. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Judy, and well, I will let this other host introduce himself.
Hi everybody. I'm still Mugambi. Baldest MC in the EAC. Come on now. Nikamwa leo wacha mwana. Kipara.
Let me ask you, did Bien ask you to be in his music video?
No.
Oh, okay.
People like me that much.
Kipara pesa bile kidonda.
You should.
Cheki vile Bien alikutoka. God damn it. Anyway, for this episode, I'm going to bring back an OG Shuja. I think this is from season 3. I don't remember the exact episode. Muyaka bin Haji. Yes, he is the star of poems from the Swahili. And he's widely recognized as the first Swahili poet. Born in 1776 in Mombasa. His poetry describes, criticizes, and jokes about eventful times in the island of Mombasa on the East African coast. He used Kimvita in his poetry, which is a Swahili dialect commonly spoken in Mombasa. Although he was restricted by the rules of Mashairi poetry, he enjoyed playing with lyrics, as well as archaic words and hidden meanings. Like soaking. Muyaka bin Haji. Yeah.
Muyaka yaka.
What do you mean soaking?
I don't know if you guys have seen, there's been this really, really creative advertisements by this brand that does the scrubbing thing, the sponges.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are they called Kleenex? I don't know who are they called.
Yeah.
It starts with a
Clean it.
Not Clean It.
It's for cleaning, whatever.
Super Kleenex or something like that, yeah. Where the sponge lands in a pool and then you just see the sponge in the pool.
And then it soaks up the entire water.
Yeah. And people are falling into an empty pool. Yeah. Thought you caught me like you catch me. Nah, bruv. One in the chamber at all times. Never let them know your next move. Yeah. But you almost got me there. Anyway. Before we proceed, once again, 4 episodes in or 3? 3 episodes in.
3.
Yeah, 3 episodes in. We continue to be hosted by our very lovely sponsors, location sponsors, Sherry Homes. They have quite a number of properties in and around the city. So we'll put in their details. You guys can clearly see the lighting does have the service to how beautiful their homes are and how well lit and how their locations are very prime as well. Yeah. So, Sherry Homes, shout out to you guys. Great. So, before we get into today's conversation, I have a very interesting would you rather.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask one in the last one. Okay.
It's fine. Would you rather live in a perfect, thriving utopia that relies on one person who is innocent being tortured and killed regularly, or in a mediocre world where everyone is safe but generally unhappy?
God, if it's a perfect utopia, where is one person suffering?
That's the condition for it to be a perfect utopia world.
Like it's
One innocent person.
Yep,
Evil too.
that's what creates the utopia.
Watch out, kuwa na mediocre world where everyone is unhappy, because that's fair for everybody. When everything is unfair to everyone, then that's fair. Yeah, see, that's our world. That's how I think. The best thing about us is how unfair everything is. It's not fair for everyone.
Fair play.
Yeah, so it's not fair for everyone, and that's the most fair thing about life.
But are you unhappy?
If you're unhappy, we're constantly unhappy. Our happiness doesn't matter. Our happiness doesn't really.
No, but you see, in that
Joy
mediocre
is
world,
different. Happiness is.
in that mediocre world,
Uh-huh.
you don't experience joy as well.
Like it's lacking any sense of joy, happiness, what any other gleaming.
But everyone is safe,
Yeah.
And
and no one is suffering per se. It's everyone suffering.
So you're like Germany in the Cold War.
Okay, I'll take it. I don't want an utopia where I know someone is gonna suffer. It will eventually be me and my children.
oh, I think it's a good mini example of one. Will you allow one person to die or 100 people to die? Who do you sacrifice in this case?
Kufe bana.
Wallahi, ai?
Yote mkufe tu pamoja. Kuna story ati mtu mmoja for everyone. Why?
Wait, how long is this person suffering? The one person in the
Why
utopia?
should that matter?
Oh wait, yeah. If they're suffering, are they gonna die?
They're suffering and dying.
Oh.
So it's one person a day.
No.
The same person.
It's regularly.
The same person.
No, it's a different person.
Every
Oh,
other
so
day.
we get to then the utopia with one person. So now
That's what
everyone,
you would want.
so that we can exchange. You get to suffer once, but then everyone gets to be happy. So kesho inaweza kuwa wewe, leo ni mimi, kesho itakuwa yeye. I would rather that.
Sitaki.
Tutakuweka hapo.
Sitaki.
Kwani wewe ndo utakuwa kwanza.
Sitaki.
I would rather pick that.
Okay.
What? That sound weird, guys.
What would you rather pick?
Hey, wewe una pick nini?
I think I pick the mediocre world. Yeah.
Come on now.
It wasn't a competition now. Hatuko
But
tuna
somehow you
nini?
lost.
But somehow I'm winning.
What did I lose?
Yeah.
Huh?
What did I lose?
Your utopic world.
Oh, yeah. You know, ni sawa
Kila
basi.
mtu ana- So it's not that suffering alafu unabaki, it's suffering then you die.
Are we not dying either way?
So you want to mtu akuchagulie unakufa 25.
Acha niseme, see, in his world, it's everyone's happy and but for that one person, yes?
That person is
No.
going to suffer and die.
So today, we finished shooting the podcast. Sindio? Aye. Tomorrow, Andy is tortured
and dies.
and then he dies by the end of the day.
And then the next day, it's someone else.
No, the next day you chill, it's utopic, nini. Then on Tuesday, it's Mugambi. He's tortured and then he dies.
Die. Ni mbaya.
Logically, I would still pick that one.
Okay. That's insane.
It's my option. It's my opinion.
Yeah, it's fine.
Ni
It's
logic
fine.
yako.
Kila mtu anakuanga na opinion.
Si niko na sura
You know what?
naweza-
Let's hear what our viewers think. Which one would you guys pick? I've lost this battle. I've lost this battle. I'm not the only one who thinks like that.
Deflect.
Hey, unaniweka
Hey.
pressure. I should not have sat in the middle.
Pole basi.
Pole
Should
basi.
not have sat in the
Sasa
middle.
pia.
Tumute Malcolm.
Ati machaji na manyonye.
And
Anyway.
one of these days utakuja hapa. Acha kuongea nyuma ya kamera.
Tunakonga nini?
Anyway, guys, picking up from the conversation we had last week about, the professional side of being in the arts industry, arts and entertainment industry, what it takes, how brilliant and a bona fide genius you have to be to make it. The advice to others that you should not, in fact, mirror another person's journey because your talents are different, which is actually very sound advice. Today, I think we'll discuss more the personal side of things, you know. So the first question I have for Mugambi is, which is always a common question that we hear, and it's a bit of a cliche, but you'll just have to allow us today. Would you date someone in the industry?
I have. It didn't work out.
Why is that?
It's more of a Mugambi thing than an industry thing. So it actually is better if you date someone who, I don't know, relationships in the industry doesn't, it matter per se. Or how I view relationships. There's no one size fits all. The same way corporate people who work together in corporate don't always end up together in the long run. I'm people who are doing different professions or really. There's so many things that have been said to work, opposites attract, and then you find two people who are doing the same thing in the same way, being together and having a relationship that's thriving for years on end. Hakuna formula, hakuna mtu anajua, we're all figuring stuff out.
On the fly. Yeah, fair,
so,
I would agree. But then there's always the sort of connotation and the undertones that come that I wouldn't date someone in the industry because I know the things that we do, and I wouldn't want to be with someone who I know is probably doing the same things that we do.
Siko tu insecure. You hata unajua if you're being a, for example, you're being promiscuous. You're not being, and you're probably heterosexual. You don't want your wife, girlfriend, whoever partner to be as promiscuous as you are. Then
sorry, you know, you've mentioned heterosexual, and I think there's just been so much metrosexuals, pansexuals, transsexuals, like all these things.
Okay.
It took me a second to
to
realize
realize
that, oh wait, that's what is considered. Yeah.
Heterosexual guys. I think.
Metrosexuals ni wale wa trains.
Metro.
Is it not? Ngoja ibu.
Metrosexual are the ones who are a bit more feminine. They've embraced their feminine bit.
They think a lot
they are more
about
feminine.
grooming and take a lot more care about how they look. And
Also metropolitan, metropolis. Okay, metrosexual. Yes.
That's you guys, Andy.
So someone wanaume wafai kwa kio. Anyway, tuacha kuongelea story kwanza.
Ogeni tafadhali.
If you're promiscuous and you're saying you don't want a promiscuous partner, change. Wewe ndio unafaa kuchange. It's not about
But that doesn't change the fabric of the industry where, yes, maybe we have an intimate scene that, you know, lingers for 5 minutes longer than it should. Or a director that becomes a bit more voracious about some things.
Okay, I get what you're saying. And that's not really a relationship. That's more or less a secure of your how secure you are about your partner and who you have and boundaries you place together. Because very many relationships are different. The people who I know say, because I'm dating within this industry, I don't do the scenes. I'm married. My husband is a director. My wife is a whatever, is an actress, a producer. We've decided we're not having intimate scenes where I'm kissing or doing sex scenes or any kind of intimate scenes. Kabisa tu juu itakuwa uncomfortable for my partner. Or both of you are like, ni job. Trust me, when you do an intimate scene, you barely ever think about it like that. You don't. It's block. Unafikiria ka blocking. Uioni kama, unless you're a bit too weird in your head.
Yeah.
You don't actually siwezi develop feelings for mtu mwenye make out na yeye kwa set. You're in job. I don't like you. I don't love you. You're just someone else I'm with in a scene.
It's a colleague.
I'm not sure whether that's the sort of intimacy he's talking on set. Like when you're going, I think the word is full throttle. You're
on set.
Okay.
fully. Yeah. When you're fully in set, mnafanya scenes and whatever.
A sex scene. Leave alone kissing.
Yeah, those ones are fake, guys. It's not a real thing. No one actually has sex on a sex scene in Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah, the only scenes that I know people actually had sex, I think it's a film called Love, 2015. That's like another.
Yeah, that
film.
one. Yeah, that was a
But
disturbing.
other
scene.
than that, everything else is normally very well placed shots as a camera. It's funny that some shots that.
First.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, it's fake. Everything about a sex scene on set is fake, apart from probably just the kissing or whatever. However, you still have intimacy coordinators.
Or we do.
We now have Nice Gidenji as our first
Amazing.
Nice is now intimacy coordinator who's actually called upon sets. Tangu tujue kitu inaitwa intimacy coordination. She is now always called upon. Initially, there were other people who used to come in as intimacy coordinators.
There's the South African lady.
Yeah,
I've
South
seen.
African. Yeah, they're not really Kenyan.
Yeah.
And they come in, tell you. So for intimacy, it's between any two people in a scene who are getting in each other's space. Whether it's man and man, woman and woman, man and woman. Whether you're particularly doing a sex scene, making out, touching, any physical contact between you two, hata fighting is also, ama hata kuinua tu mtu, that's also intimacy. You need an intimacy coordinator because
Really?
yeah, because you need to know, they need to come here and sit with the actors, figure out, ask each other, where do you want to be, where do you feel comfortable being touched? From here, eyes, nose, mouth, touch everywhere you want to be touched, touch. Alafu, mwingine anasema mimi don't touch my neck. Because probably have trauma from something else. Don't grab my hand, don't grab my waist, don't touch my chest, don't touch my pelvis area, don't touch my crotch. The people who have, alafu wengine wanakuja wanasema I'm okay being touched anyway. And this is said fully, even. And then you try out scenes, something, it's a whole thing that's put together. Then there's always a phrase that we're given. You can choose not to do something. Consent can always be withdrawn at any time. And that helps. Because now you think about this as job. Isi kitu bia. At fight scenes, you still need an intimacy coordinator because mtu atakushika at some point. Naweza kuwa na kunyonga. Nifaa kuwa nimekunyonga nikikuchapa. Are you okay with that? Usifikirie hiyo mjinga. Like literally with your hand up here, unachoka mtu unachoka, it needs to look real but still be safe and comfortable because both of you are acting. You don't actually need to beat each other. People who actually go overboard or go, you could do in character. Okay, then that's, you're actually hurting your scene partner. Yeah, so ni job maze. Mimi ndo naweza kusema nitakwambia.
Is it safe to say I don't say 0 lines, but for you, you're comfortable doing those scenes?
I have done some. The others I never do. Kuna zingine tu niko like depending on. That's the thing. Kuna vitu tu utaki kufanya pia wewe. So you choose, you say no. Am I going to do a role where I need to make out with a man? Why? Does it make sense within the script? Does it actually make sense for this character? Okay, it makes sense. Sawa. Would I want to do something just because? No, it doesn't make sense. Ina justify you, or does it actually, is everything that's being done tasteful? Because maybe there's a scene I was doing where I was a weird guy at a brothel. Nikatoa nguo and tinafaa kupeana golden shower and whatever. That was nasty. That was such a nasty film. But it was shot so well. You guys don't know that I'm not actually naked because I took off my shirt and then it's fake. We faked that I took off my pants. But however, I'm doing this scene with my shirt on. Nilieko tu niliplace your kwa table flani. There was a plant there that fakes huku chini that I'm naked. So we shot it so ilikuwa fun to shoot actually. Everyone felt safe. It was a well done scene. Hakuna vitu weird guys. Nyinyi ndio mtauzia the
Sisi consumers, I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, Mugambi ni mchafu.
What?
Alright, pause before we get there. It's interesting you say that there are actors who are like, because out of the respect to my wife or to my partner, I'm not going to do that kind of a scene.
Yeah.
I know internationally we have Mark Wahlberg who, at some point he had a conversion because of his call to Catholicism. And since then, he's never done a scene with another woman. Like even in all his shows. Like after Ted was the last time where he was involved in such a thing. And I know Adam Sandler, in all his movies, his wife is there. And more recently, I saw that he's brought his daughters as well. Now, locally, do we have such,
People coming in with their partners fully.
Yeah.
I mean, I know married couples on sets.
But I think you had mentioned there was a guy who had brought his brother. The one from the uterus
Yes.
was weak.
Oh yeah. From the show we were watching just now.
Yeah, but that...
Sorry, it was an actual film. There is context behind that
There's
statement.
context,
Otherwise, out of context, it sounds so strange.
He's an actor as well. Brother is a producer. Kuja fanya. Kuna kakamio hapa kuja fanya. Kafanya.
Kakazi
There's
tu.
always work. Families always give each other space to work.
Yeah.
It's always a thing. Hakuna production utakosa. Hata useme nepo baby. Sawa basi. Hata ungefungua kampuni yako upea wazazi wako job. Usijam. Watu wengine wako na opportunity, watu wengine wako na the influence at that point. Utajam because you're not the same, and deservedly so, sawa. But if you end up becoming a producer as well and you want your kids to be in this space, seta utendo wachukua walete huko. Your children come into the space. Bibi yako, your husband, your whatever, your clans people, you would want to actually have them within your films if they can actually work well. If they cannot, you're only giving them like very small cameos.
Okay.
It's a constant thing I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's segue a bit into family and friendships. I know, because I come from a background that's deeply Christian, and the background just doesn't go nuclear; it also goes extended. Friends and family as well.
Yeah.
And there's some certain topics that maybe perhaps I'm very careful about how I, speak about them here because they're a reflection of, the family.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you feel the same way about certain things. I remember when we had conversations about what this season is going to look like, she was like, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this.
Well, there are things I don't want.
Fairs, yeah, it's fine. So now, when it comes to, like the scene for the golden showers, how do you tell Mama Mugambi, who is back in,
Gosh, or even, because you have friends, let's say from church, you have people who know you and what they see,
grown up,
and what they see in the world
now
is
they're like,
Mugambi
this guy
doing
is
things.
urinating on people. Like, what's going on here?
In as much as you didn't do it.
That's the thing. There are things you will do and it'll be very hard to convince someone that's not you because perception ya mtu is always up to them. How they
Asi
perceive
nimeiona
is
na nimeona
100%
ukifanya.
to them. So they will always know, wasi ni ule alirepu wasichana kwa TV. Wasi ni ule ulikuwa unamwagia msichana sijui nini kwa sura. Wasi ni ule uliibiana bibia wenyewe. That's a thing. However, if your role as an actor, as an artist, is to portray truth in an unlikely situation to you, it's fake conditions in the most truthful way. And that's just the reality of things. A man in a brothel is not a Christian man going to the brothel at that point. Unless they have been written as a Christian man, church pastor, who is hiding to come to a brothel to do X and O things, devious things, because he has tendencies of sexual deviancy. So that's a different conversation. However, this was a guy written. This was what he was supposed to do. This was well made, quote unquote. This was all fake. I'm not actually going to give anybody a golden shower. I'm not actually been beaten. My junk has not actually been beaten off in the film. It's all fake. I've not actually killed people on set. It's fake. If I'm shooting somebody, I'm not killed them. It's realities of people, of characters that you are seeing. This is a real life, quote unquote, for someone else. If you can relate to it, you're like, nyewe, even ndio watu wanakuanga. And that's your job as the actor, as the artist. Kwa hivyo, if they're going to always ask me, Mugambi, I will also ask them, you're a doctor. Do you only treat Christians? Won't you treat someone who's a Nazi? Will you treat someone who has actively murdered and sexually assaulted people? Will you not? If you're a lawyer, will you not defend people who you know are criminals? Cha ukweli. Does that stop me having you as a Christian? No, it does not, man. That's the job you're supposed to do at that point. Why set a certain standard for artists and not for every other professional career?
That's interesting, because utapata kuna how do I put it? There's a guy, maybe this guy, the most famous serial killer around Onyanja. Yeah, maybe he falls sick and he has to go to hospital. It's an interesting question. Yeah. Do you find it easier now to make friends? Now that there's a bit of fame, these guys will be like, oh, you're a conductor, I saw you on this ad, or you're XYZ doing that and the other. So do you find it easy to make friends now, or do you find it more difficult? Are you more wary of forming relationships? Are you happy with where you are? You're like, hey, wametosha. What does that look like?
I know my friends. That's the good thing about Mugambi. I know my friends. I have a close circle yangu, and then I have friends, and then I know acquaintances pale wanaanzia, and then I have fans as well, because that's also a reality. My close friends are like my close knit circle are a few people from Isiolo, because that's where I made genuine friends. Some guys from high school.
I'm sorry, yes. That's the most random thing I've had.
Yes, I lived in Isiolo at some point.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but like...
Those are like my genuine like,
my closest friends live in Isiolo.
Like, yeah, those some... close emotionally, not geographically, man. Okay. It's
it's an uphill.
It's a very far. Lakini si imekaribia Meru. Isiolo na Meru ni hapo tu, so it's close for me.
It's actually something I came to learn recently, sorry to interrupt, that on Sundays people leave Meru to go to Isiolo to just chill.
Bro, it's what, 30 minutes away?
Yeah.
Nika kwenda Thika.
Yeah.
Well, Thika is farther, but still. Nika unaenda Thika. So.
Nika kwenda Juja, actually.
Nika kwenda Juja. Yeah, Juja. So... yeah, I have those ones, and those ones know my...
It's interesting that you mention family, because I think internationally, there's the example of Mark Wahlberg, who, up until the point where he converted into Catholicism, would do scenes, physically intimate scenes. Yeah. And then after Ted, he was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And we've also seen people like Adam Sandler, in as much as his films are less raunchy and it's all comedy, he also makes sure that his wife, and now more recently his kids, are there. Yeah. So based on your experience, a twofold question. Number one, do we have such parallels, in Riverwood? And then secondly, okay. It's actually so funny.
Yeah.
We're called Riverwood. I think it's because we're always flooding. Anyway.
Wait.
So that's the first. And then also now, from a personal perspective, when you're flooding on people, has that created some sort of tension at home, with your folks, with your friends? Yeah.
There's the parallels to that, because I know Kuru always has his brother making cameos in his work. I know Ruben Odanga had his brother always has his brother cameoing in his work as well. Anyone who has a relative who can actually do stuff vizuri or wants to actually be a part of this, by virtue of having it, hata ukisema ni nepo baby ama whatever unataka kusema, sawa, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Hata mimi mtoto wangu nataka kuwe nepo baby mkijam. Because this is what I do. I don't care about what you're feeling right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're actually good, they can carry a show. People will come in, carry shows and continue. La hakuna kitu utajam sawa, but it's easier for someone who's been for me I think it's easier for someone who's started something off, a trade kitambo come to E and then continues. That's why there's a huge difference between Mugambi coming into act akiwa third year and Bran Kafugi, like Bugi akianza ku act akiwa mtoi.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference in scale, in probably hata tuseme tu reach they have and people they've had access to over the years and discipline about the industry and even branding yenye atakuwa ameget over the years as opposed to Mugambi who just came in, because these guys they started off as children. It worked. Their parents, more or less, some of them, the parents were within the spaces.
That is true.
Na inasaidia.
Yeah.
Has it brought any, or will it bring any weirdness between me and families? Why? If you have the talent, kuja jaribu. You think it's easy while acting is supposed to look easy, because it's supposed to look easy. If you're doing it the right way, it should look easy.
That is true.
It should look easy until ukuje uambiwe, yeah, let's do the same lines more than 5 times, and that's just for one setup of camera, until they change it to up to the point where malizia close-ups zenu utakuwa umechoka bana. Una realize this is one scene for 4 minutes. Why have we done it for 3 hours or 2 hours? Because setups ni mingi. It's crazy work. Si kazi kidogo. So yeah, family hawezi jam juice. They don't understand what happens. And actually, I think I'm on my mom's side, I think I'm the first artist in the family.
Hey.
On my yani hata sishtukangi go like ati unaweza kuja utulete, niko like kuja uone vile set iko utajam, because watu hawana patience kwetu. But in my dad's side I know a couple artists. And even I think I have an auntie who does wardrobe styling nini. She's really good actually.
Okay.
That has breathed much it.
Then so friends and family. So we've talked a bit about the family. Let's talk a bit about the friends. Have you found it easier to make friends? Do you have many people coming in to be friends with you now that they've seen you on big screen? Now that they've gotten to know you, how do you navigate that space? And also with the friends that you have, especially when they see some scenes, do they come and they see you some type of way, make fun of you,
Something. Let me actually go with the last part. Tom Holland once said something, those who matter to you don't care, and those who care don't matter. Ideally, those who
Sorry, say that again slowly.
Those
who matter to you
don't care about the character per se. They know you. And those who really care about, oh my God, don't matter in your life. And that's how eventually I knew I've learned to create boundaries, because I have a close-knit circle, people I knew from Isiolo, some people I've studied with, actually not people, a person I've studied with, because we're naye ni boys wangu baya sana. There's also people now we work on the industry together who are like my boys, and I know who they are. So I know these are my close friends. And I also have other friends from church and other communities that I professionally believe in, like actual friends. We can talk about so many different things here and there. And then there are acquaintances and colleagues, because for me, acquaintances and colleagues are just the same people. You don't have to necessarily be friends to work together. You can be cordial.
And nothing more.
Yeah, you share tu hapo, because the people I also don't like, and I still have to work with them. You're my acquaintance and my colleague. This is good. And the people who cannot stand me, and I still will work with them, and I still deliver. I don't know how nimeambiwa hata kuna role nimeambiwa ulihata juu mtu alienda akasema sijui nini. I'm like, oh my God, they hate me. But bado sinalipa rent. Wakwende. Yeah.
Joking.
And then there are people who are now fans, who just know you by characters you've played out here. And those ones are not really friends, but you really still need to give them their respect and a sense of enyewe when im norma by virtue of consuming our Kenyan content.
Yeah.
When im norma pia kwa to even remember, yani unanikumbuka unaniita Stingo. Man, ni weird. But inanibambanga all the same. Inanibamba that they exist, they're supposed to be there. It's a fact of life. They're human beings. They actually enjoyed something so much that they want to actually associate with you. And yeah, the worst you can do is actually be rude to them. Hiyo ni mazio ni mbaya. The least you should actually do ni kuwa to code, hi, how you doing, asante nini. Nasikia, just be human. See any human.
Fair enough. Yeah. I think I need to train myself in that a bit. You know, because there are days where I've had a really long day.
Uh-huh.
And I'm commuting home. I find myself in the mall because sometimes I just walk around to take the edge off, then I go back home and I've reset and I'm fine. Then you'll find, you know, the most happy-go-lucky person coming up and they'll be like, oh my God, I've seen you on TikTok. I've seen you from your podcast. How are you? I love the content you do. And I have to be, you know, switched on immediately. And it's interesting. It's interesting.
It's as easy as just making the comms. Because at times, honestly, you can't always want to talk to people 100%
That is true.
Hata hapa tu niko sure kuna times tu utaki kuongelesha Judy na Judy utaki kuongelesha Dani hapa pia uko like, but best thing ni kusema manze, I'm having a weird day today, however nataka tuchukue photo nini because ndio hata yeye ajue yenyewe si ati na kusnob ama nini, I'm not having an amazing day.
Serikali bado haijapindulia.
Man, bado tuko.
Let me just point this out because I've met this guy.
Do you have a voter's card?
Of course.
Yeah.
I've met this guy on set, and the first among the first questions I asked him is whether you have a switch off button, because he's extra on the extra, and I mean extra extroverted. And I was wondering, are there times you genuinely do feel like that, even when your job needs you to be? I think the word is
like
on beat.
Speed.
Yes.
Is Speed ever overstimulated? Or is he the stimulant?
He is the stimulant. I think it's
Speed come through.
You know, there's a set Mugambi. There's a set Mugambi. There's the performer. There's msiakona vibes and psyche and whatever. Cause that's who I am at work. My younger brother does not know me like that. My younger brother knows Shy Mugambi.
Shy
Mugambi, yes, Shy Mugambi. But my younger brother has seen me on all my spectra, like shy, quiet, observant, secretive. It's hard for me to share stuff, so I'd rather make you laugh so that you think, oh my God, we're vibing, we're friends. No, we're not. I just made you laugh. It's nothing deep. It's nothing deeper than that. I have my boundary. Mimi hadi hapa. There's very few people actually know where I live. And they think we are friends. We are not.
I know the general area, but mostly because I overheard in a conversation.
I only over here, but hujui ni wapi per se. Like literally, you can know the general area. Ideally, nikikwambia naishi somewhere like where?
South
Ngong,
B.
ama South B. South B ni bigi bana. Utaenda upotee, ama nikwambia naishi Mathare. Utaenda huko uibiwe. No, okay. Santulia nisichomee hudi ya watu alafu nikuja nipige.
Unajua AFC Leopards walicheza na Mathare United wakaibiwa mabao 4. Wamepigwa. So all the fans, they ran into the field and demanded the coach to be sacked. It was so interesting.
Yeah, so I think it's a code switching. Is it a code switching thing? Is it a code switching per se?
Code switching.
Ni kuchill. Ni choosing when to... Because I love... Ninapenda kukaa peke yangu, man. Ukinipata outside of work. In my place, home, I don't even like people being around me. Evil. I'm like, hata neighbors wangu, I barely ever... I find it hard to talk to people. Kwa, like, sasa, kama neighbor, me, how I think is, usikuje kwangu. Juu mi sitaki kuja kwako. Tusiongeleshane past. Woza. Like, hata, because it's very weird how I treat personal space. It's like it's mine. Nini yangu. It's my
very
own
protective
space.
of that.
Highly protective. I love my peace. Ikiona unajaribu kuiharibu. Shtiep.
Chinkuulize swali. Circling back to what he had asked before, what characters follow you till today aside from Stingo.
Stingo. Stingo, there's, I think there are a couple. I remember Supervisor Timo from Netflix, Volume. That was a stupid supermarket attendant. Umse alikuwa mjinga tu kusema ukweli, alikuwa mbaya. Yo, I remember seeing some nilikuwa nimetulia then mtu ananiangalia because now I grew out my beard or whatever, and at that time nilikuwa nakanywa kana kakafala kama tafuta tu na boss UP tu anaka hateable. You know those hateable guys who want to also be funny. And you hate them because okay, so when I'm funny but nakuchukia bado, so I won't laugh. So I wanted to find like a guy like that. Kanyaka kandem kalika na kasji kalaina hapo ika chin strap alafu with that was a weird character. I think yoni mwai kuna mali niliingia then watu new boy yes. And I mean go like acha tu nyamaze, acha atanijui, acha ni nyamaze. That
Sorry.
one followed me at some point.
It's just clicked. I hated that character.
Oh, you see.
Yeah.
Then there was there's another character. Mimi najuanga hii ad fulani ndio najuanga watu wananijuanga nayo wakisema kijana wa fresh. I'm like no si fresh, ni juicy fruit. But then I don't want to say that as well. Like thanks. Si wewe ule
You get the gist. Ilikuwa gum. Ilikuwa ya gum.
mimi niko tu like unajua nini
Haikuwa
unaochi uko observe not really but
No, alikuwa amuona.
juu mimi ni gambi.
Ni juu.
Anyamaza. Shut up.
Amenipa juu. Oh.
Nijajizi. Okay. What
Nisha
else?
juicy. Crazy.
Kanya sikupendi bro. And then what other one do I remember na jonga watu alani? Oh hey, a 2022 Masai character. Lemiso Ole Tunai. Hey man. Lemiso Ole Tunai. That was I played a Masai on a Masai telenovela. Kitambo, that was my first TV role on
Telenovela. Ya
It's a
Kimasai.
Alikuwa anaitwa Nanyorai.
Ati nini?
Nanyorai
What does it mean?
My love. It's Nanyorai is how a man would call his loved one. Ni my love in Kimasai. And then the female, how to, if it's a girl calling the dude, it's Lanyorai. So nilikuwa nasungumusa na Kimasai na accent.
Alasoba.
Heba uleng. Nilikuwa natembea, nilikuwa na mkinga. Nakwambia I used to speak like that. Alafu mtu ananiangalia like how are you doing that? I'm just mad. I'm crazy. Actually mtu mwenye nilifanya ni juu accent ya Kimasai alikuwa is a friend of mine called Malcolm. Malcolm Mengesha. Malcolm is a funny enough, he's not even Masai. He's Borana. Ndio alikuwa anaongea na accent. I'm like, okay, I like that accent. Let me try it out. And then even on can learn.
It's easy for you to pick up accents as I hear.
Yeah, I love listening to different people. Even my kuna time nilichomea madhe home.
Have you ever tried an Eastern Asian accent?
Like what?
Vietnamese.
No, I've not even tried. I've not actually tried many Asian ones. I've just because I've not interacted with many Asian people to listen to how they speak enough for me to form vocabulary. For me, it's normally if I'm around people, I will learn. Even though mgali anazungumza polepole tu, akiongea na accent ama Mugamba bila anaongeanga lagalaga tu. Anaponga ponga laka na anakwambia unajua kitu moja Yundi unajua hapo umevaa lens na blue ama ni orange. It's always up to me to skiza mtu. Wakikuyu ndio the easiest. I think that's like low hanging fruit for everyone because Kikuyu people are numerous. So unasikiaga mtu anaongea na anakuambia wewe mlebo niaje
Mlebo.
Hapana wewe huu ni mlebo.
Ni mlebo.
Usi mlebo, ni mlebo.
Ni mlebo. Oi.
Niaje Jude.
Kairetu.
Ama tuende kukwago. Bwana una blush sasa. Are you blushing? Me it is you I want. What do you want to refuse? Yeah, it's just
Fanyaje shaba.
Huh?
50 by 100
No,
centimeters.
you can't start selling me off when I'm here.
Centimeters.
Hey, my guy.
You're like,
My guy,
yeah,
it's
but
enough.
pause. First of all, pause. Yeah, so it's nisikize tu mtu nione okay, ama zingine tu ni try out. That's how I learned. Naweza fanya stuff. Sikiza tu walimu na kuwachomea.
So is our movie industry actually called Riverwood?
It's supposed to.
Well, it's not Kenwood.
It's not. No, it's ideally it's supposed to be Riverwood, but no one actually calls it like that.
Nini?
Hatuitangi. Sijui mimi najua inafaa kuitwa hivyo, but
Tunaita nini?
hatujaita kitu.
Hatujaita kitu.
Sidhani tushaita kitu.
Because Collywood also doesn't.
Collywood does something bad, mzee.
Yeah.
Riverwood is actually good.
Mm.
I'm a River Road.
And maybe
I'm on River. Okay, sorry. It's too many permutations. Let me
one last task
really
as we finish off the episode.
Circle back.
No, but this time we're finishing. How would you say?
Yoink.
Not yoink. How would you say? I want to live in an anxious tone, in a happy tone, confused, let's say angry.
I want to leave.
I want to live, yes. I want to live in Nairobi.
I want to live in Nairobi.
Oh yeah, like live ya kuenda,
yeah,
live ya
like,
kuishi.
yeah,
The
like,
first one did mean that. Yeah.
Yeah, kwanza niko like, what do you mean? Okay, so I want to live in Nairobi.
Mm.
Anxious, said anxious, confused,
What do I
angry,
remember?
and happy.
Yes.
Can give you cues for the anxious one.
Okay.
Sakaja.
I want to live in Nairobi. I want to live in Nairobi. Okay, I want to live in Nairobi.
Or should I give you something longer?
No.
That was good.
Sorry.
Ukutaka niendelee? Okay.
Sorry, endelea.
Ni watu wa figure out gani ni gani. I want to live in Nairobi. I want to live in Nairobi. I want to live in Nairobi. Hey, unataka Nairobi mazi. Eish. I want to live in Nairobi. Yeah, it's I think nimetosha. Sijui ni gani hiyo.
Sorry, in the post-production, let's just clip that and post. And then, yeah.
Ask people to figure it out.
Because for me, anger is not always, I want to live in Nairobi! That's, everyone can do that. It's shouty.
I mean, Andy, he did warn you, having
About
a
the
theater
microphone.
person here and shouting.
Takuharibia mic.
Nimekuharibia production, pole man. Production.
Utaona nini audio bars zimepanda.
Zimepeak zote zikapa. Yeah, so it's I hate the I don't know if I can't do outbursts of anger, but how many people do you know who have outbursts of anger every single time they're talking? Like hata wewe times umejam umeoutburst.
I know
nile
someone.
unajam mpaka unaanza kulia.
Anaishi pale ni Dennis Prit na mwenzake anaishi Karen. Hapo Karen Road. Mnawajua? Unajua Dennis Prit iko hapo? So huyu jamaa anaishingi hapo Dennis Prit. Na kuanga na outburst. Na mwenzake anaishingi wapi? Karen. Hapo Karen Road.
Wewe siku moja utabeba na Subaru ya green.
Mimi sijasema mtu kwa nini mtu mmoja anaishi Dennis Prit?
Si mmoja.
Bas.
Ni vicinity and environs.
Na watu ngapi wanaishi Karen?
Ni wengi sana.
Ni moto si moto?
Fire. Anyway.
Wewe nitapita na wewe. It's the craziest thing you can ever tell a man. Anyway, guys, I think we're starting to digress and side quest. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Maliza bas. Maliza bas. No, finish. Finish.
Thank you so much, Mugambi, for coming on the show, for coming on the podcast. really loved having you on board. Interesting conversations.
Funk.
Thank you, Raphael, for showing up today.
It's not Raphael, it's
Been nice.
Munyaka bin Haji.
That one. Thank you so much. He has so many. It's very difficult for me to keep up.
Also,
Do you
people
remember
don't
which is
even
the
know my
first one?
first name.
Do you remember what the first one was?
Tolugos.
The second one?
Gidale.
Exactly. You can wrap up. Pole sana. You can wrap up, Sasa.
Bye, guys. See you next
Bye.
week.